Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about, we're going to start talking about the steps to the sale, and I'm going to go through each one individually and kind of break them down. So the first step in the road to the sale is the greeting, the meet and greet. So everybody says, I say everybody, most people agree that the greeting is the most important step in the road to the sale. And that reason is, and the reason it is because you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. So if you blow the greeting, and this is why this step is so important, is because if you do a bad job in the greeting, you're not going anywhere else. It's game over, baby. You're done. Stick a fork in you, you're not going to the next step. So that's why the greeting is so important, is because it sets and establishes everything to follow in the steps that come after the greeting. So with that being said, you want to get off to a good step or a good start, and you want to make sure that you make a good first impression on the greeting. So with that being said, I'm going to talk to you about the objective of the greeting, because whatever step you're in, there's an objective or a goal. You know, where do you want this to, basically evolve to? Well, again, you never get a second chance to make a good first impression. So you want to get off to a good start. You want to establish a couple things. But one of the things that you want to do is you want to make people feel welcome. You want to make them feel at home if you can, and you want to get them to feel good about their decision to come and see you. The second thing I'm going to tell you to do is you want to introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Scott, and you are, again, if somebody was coming into your home, if a stranger was coming into your home, you would introduce yourself, and you'd probably ask them what their name is as well. So with that being said, it's the same thing at the dealership. You're talking to a total stranger. It's just natural common courtesy to go ahead and introduce yourself and exchange names. The next thing you want to do is you want to put the buyer at ease, if at all possible, because a lot of times when people come into the dealership, they've got their defenses up. They read about a bad experience, they heard about a bad experience, or they personally had a bad experience when they bought their previous vehicle. And because of that, they're coming in with their guard up. They're coming in with this facade. And a lot of times what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put those people at ease, because if you can get them, comfortable with the situation, that means that they like you and trust you right off the bat. So next thing you want to do is you want to differentiate yourself. And I'm going to tell you this, that you really want to differentiate yourself really through the whole process, because the bottom line is you don't want to be like everybody else on the block. At least I don't want to be, and I don't think you do either. But you don't want to be in the same box, so to say, as all the other salespeople that are in your space. Because if your customer, for whatever reason, if they don't buy today while you're talking to them, you want to be able to stand out in a good way. And the way you do that is to differentiate yourself between you and everybody else. We'll be talking about that throughout this whole series, and the road to the sale, and how to do that and accomplish that. The next thing you want to do is you want to get the buyer to turn control over to you. Now, this isn't about, being, manipulating and trying to control the person and all that. This is about being in control of the sales process. You want to control the process, not the person, because when you're in control of the process, things will move in a lot smoother way, so to say. Because, hey, the bottom line is, when people come into your dealership, they don't know anything about the process, so to say. They don't know where your cars are located, and they need some direction. So with that being said, being able to control the process will save your customer time, because, hey, let's face it, the number one reason people don't like buying a vehicle is because it takes too long. And you want to mitigate the time as much as possible. Being in control of the process will be able to, handle that. The next thing you want to be able to do is handle your buyer's knee flex responses. What's a knee flex response? Real simple. And you're going to hear these basically in the greeting. Hey, we're just looking. We're just shopping. We're not buying today. I've only got 10 minutes. My wife's not here. Those are all knee flex responses that you're going to hear in the greeting. And I'm going to get into this a little deeper in a couple other videos after this about how those come up and why they come up and how to handle them. So until next time, hey, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.